right. Welcome. You thought I was going to miss, didn't you? You thought this was going to be the Thursday where I gave up and didn't come on stream. Well, the haters lose tonight. You know who else lost? The Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to get into that. Let me get the music going. Welcome to the Thursday Night Football Hunnaball stream. It is so cold in my apartment. I don't know why. I don't just turn on the heater. But to be honest, the only heater that I need is the one in my DraftKings account. There it is. Anyways, why can't I figure out this music? There we go. Going another Mario mix, specifically sourced Mario Kart mix. So let me make sure we got John here. I honestly forgot there was a game. That's what I was saying. I'm sorry, my hair is killing me. Well, that's what I was saying. It was like everyone thought I was gonna miss tonight, and to be honest, it wasn't 44-30. You'd think this would be one of the best games of the season. It wasn't. It wasn't. By the way, drop a 5 and a like down below. Not $5, just the number 5. We had that joke going last stream. Yeah, instead of 9, I'm 5. Anyways, Mohammed's here. The one game I put money on the Cowboys. Yeah, it seems free. I really thought Dallas was going to win this one. There's a lot to unpack here. My headphones are for sure going to die. But yeah, welcome, guys. Just kind of getting into the swing of things here. We're 90 seconds in. 5. Thanks, Mohammed. We're 90 seconds in here, and I'm freezing my ass off. I should put a hoodie on. You know what? Yeah. Okay. I'm going New York Giants pullover. 9. There we go. Not mad at it. But yeah, fellas, how we doing tonight? 6, 7. There it is. Andy Sams put money on Cowboys last week to take the division. Well, that's probably not happening. Whoop. Green screen didn't like that at all. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now I'm a ghost. Oh, boy. Well, this is going to be fun to fix. That looks like garbage. Maybe. Well, we'll figure it out. But anyways, yeah, no, I really thought Dallas was going to win. I don't know why. I just really thought this was their night. It seemed like everything was aligning. Everyone was talking about them. George Pickens, there it is. Now I just got to fix my Jeffrey Dahmer ass hair. But George Pickens should have had a smash night. CeeDee Lamb did well until he got hurt, and that concussion was bad, by the way. I'm just going to roll with this hair for now. I'm done. I'm done trying to fix my hair. It's pissing me off. I'm landing on this Grinch-style hair. Found the Stickum guy number. Wait a minute. The Stickum guy? Like, the Stickum we talked about weeks ago? Wait, what do you mean the number? But, yeah, let's talk about this game, shall we? Whatever. So, Dak threw 2 picks. I gotta say, neither of them were really his fault. I hate being that guy. You know, Gale always plays that card the whole time about Trevor. Just like, oh, you didn't watch the picks. They weren't his fault. No, man. These were not on Dak. One of them, ball to George Pickens, hits his chest. Ball goes flying. Easiest interception ever. I'm blanking on the fella that caught it. But easiest interception of this guy's life. Yeah, Derek Barnes, right? He almost housed it, not quite. Then DJ Reed with a crazy Lynn Stallworth-like interception, tumbling and still catching it. So that was cool. That was sick. I had a lot of fun with that. Brandon Aubrey, as you can see, had a career day. 16 points and 5 for 5 from field goals. 63 yards. He hit a 63-yarder like it was butter. But we're kind of burying the lead here. Detroit looked good. I can't believe it. Detroit looked good with a dinged up Amon-Ra, with the run game not going crazy, with a defense that could have played better. Honestly, 2 picks are 2 picks, but they could have played better. The Lions did what they had to do. Granted, it's a home game against the Cowboys defense, but they did what they had to do. And now we're at a really weird place over the last 3 weeks. His name's Terry. There we go. Ferg didn't even PI. That was nonsense, too. Stoner Cat's here. Just got out of microbio. What game did I just miss? 74 points were scored, and I still wouldn't call it interesting. Maybe because I'm a George Pickens fantasy owner, and he's the only one that didn't get invited to the party today. I mean, damn. Ryan Flournoy, or Flanoy. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Flanoy, or something. That's like a French name. Flanoy. Yeah, I don't know. He had a career day, apparently. Who needs George Pickens when you have Ryan Flanoy, whatever. But I'm completely with you, James. If you didn't see the game, Jake Ferguson going towards the end zone. I play the clip, but, you know, copyright strikes. And balls in the air. Jake Ferguson clearly goes for it. Gets hooked by Alex Anzalone, I want to say. And they call it on Jake Ferguson on the end zone. So that effectively cost Dallas a touchdown. So bummer for them. Refs were pretty active tonight. I didn't enjoy it. And that's another reason this game was kind of held back. I don't know. We've watched every primetime game on this channel, and I don't know, man. We're 14 weeks in, and I'm not over it or anything. I'm just, the bar's high. The bar's really high for a good game, and this just didn't feel like one. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but if anyone had a bunch of fun watching this, please let me know. I named this stream Christmas Keeps Coming because, you know, Dallas lost. But the game itself, I don't know. Just wanted a little bit more. It just didn't stick it. Brandon Aubrey played well. The sky is also blue. Yeah, I get that. But, you know, as a kicker, you can't really control when you get on the field. And he got on the field 5 times. 5 field goals and an extra point. That's 6 made kicks. It's not nothing. Also, Tom Kennedy. This guy, no one's heard of Tom Kennedy out of Bryant. 3rd-year man. I want to say this is the first NFL, well, nope, he's actually got a couple of grabs. Okay, shoot. Well, either way, overview, this guy, he was a hell of a return man, and he did a lot to seal the Lions' game. But James is completely right. That missed Jake Ferguson call on the end zone, you can't have that. I don't know. Refs make mistakes all the time. It's just, that changed the end of the game, and it's just kind of a bummer. This game was actually shaking out to be pretty interesting, because you look at it, and I'm just operating under the assumption that, you know, some people didn't watch this game, and rightfully so. It's Thursday. People have stuff to do. Around right here, Detroit goes up 30-19. It's like, okay, this one's probably over. I don't know. It's just 11 points. It was an 11-point deficit for the entire 3rd quarter. Every time Dallas scored, it just got a response right back. I mean, the game was 27-9 at one point. Shout out 9. And then Dallas just punches in a touchdown, gets the 2-point. Now it's a 3-point game. Then Detroit scores a touchdown. Field goal. Like, it was a back and forth scoring affair. Like, there were not many punts. In fact, 3. There were 3 punts. 0 after the... That can't be right. Did I miss one? No, that was it. That was all the punts. There wasn't a punt after, what, 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter? What is playing in my headphones right now? What is playing in my head? Oh, it's the clip. Great. Well, now I'm for sure getting copywritten. Anyways, what are you guys saying? But welcome to the Hunnaball stream. You know, vent about your bets if you lost them. Smoke them if you got them. Could be a worse Thursday night game, but it was decent. Ball was played, touchdowns were made. Do you think either of these teams are making the playoffs after this? Yeah, I think the Lions are making it. I think the Lions actually looked pretty good. Games the NFC is not ultra competitive. 6-6-1 is not in the playoff picture. Well, I mean, yeah, but they were kind of banking on winning that division, and now that looks out. I think the next gen stats had them at single-digit percentage to make the playoffs now. I believe 9%, and I don't see it. I don't see it. It's a win some, lose some league, and this was a must-win game for the Cowboys. They didn't afford themselves the luxury of winning a bunch of games earlier on in the season to where they can chill at this point. They have an easy schedule, but 6-6-1 can't expect to make the playoffs with that roster. Just my take. Even what can you get to 10-6-1? Yeah, even then you could probably make an argument 10-6-1 make the playoffs, but better teams have missed the playoffs than this Cowboys team, so I don't know. Happy about the Dallas L. One of the higher scoring Thursday night games. Here we are complaining. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We're spoiled. We've been doing this for 14 weeks now. I think he did Hunter's Hill at half. I did Hunter's Hill last. We do Hunter's Hill on Monday. Yeah, we do Hunter's Hill on Monday anyways. But tonight we're ranking teams, so stay tuned for that. Jahmyr Gibbs had a great game. Jahmyr Gibbs did have a great game. You know, he only got 43 yards rushing, but he had 3 touchdowns and got it done through the air. So Jahmyr Gibbs had a day. Detroit deserves a playoff spot. They need a positive streak for once in their franchise. They need a ring. They need a Super Bowl championship. But again, we'll see Jared. Jared's right here, system QB tier. So I don't see that changing anytime soon. Are you not going to do Hunter's Hill? I know you did not want to after Monday's game. No, yeah, we did it at half, yeah. Merry Christmas, Dallas L. 1 week closer to 8-9 Manders division title. Yep, there it is. There it is. Hannah's Hotline. We're doing Hannah's Hotline next Sunday, probably. Yeah, probably. If need be. But I'm enjoying the convo here. I'm enjoying the open chat. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure out Hannah's Hotline. Easy schedule only applies to good teams, not teams that lose to the Cardinals by 2 scores. That's fair. That's fair. What team lost to the Cardinals by 2 scores? Am I dumb? When did that happen? The Cardinals haven't won a game since September. What team? I'm assuming you're implying one of these teams. But I just want to make sure we close this thread. 3-9, 2 scores. Oh my god! What? Forgot this happened. Oh my god! On Monday Night Football too. This is the thing. We've watched too much football on this channel. I forgot this happened. Yeah, but Arizona was firing tonight. That was a whole... Dallas is struggling in prime time. Think about it. They've tied Green Bay, which, you know, good game, but they still tied Green Bay. They lost to Philly, prime time. They lost to Cardinals. They lost to the Lions. Were any of these other games in the prime time? I guess you can qualify the Thanksgiving game as prime time. It was an isolated window, but, you know. I think that's it for their prime time games, unless I'm missing one, but... Winless in prime time, if you really are a stickler about it. Next year at this point, NFC is too competitive for us to not take the division and make the playoffs. No, because it's the Giants here, James. it's the Giants here. That's what you got to be worried about. JD5 in the same tier as Kobe Brissett and Tua. The rage bait's gone too far. I got rid of the Y tier. I had to move him. Bryce Young looks good. Bryce Young looks sharp. I'm sorry, Steven. We actually had no defense then. Yeah, that is true. Now you've made some moves. Draft capital is kind of thin, but you made some moves. Arizona always beats Dallas, so it's not a surprise. That's true. Here's Damian. Commanders division title, bro, smoking something because I could tell you Arizona wins the NFC West when that clearly isn't going to happen. Well, not this year, at least. No matter what, Dallas has to feel good going into next year if they re-sign Pickens. Just need to bolster that secondary. If they re-sign Pickens, they're going to have no money left, though. That's the thing. They're kind of between a rock and a hard place. They can't... I mean, I guess they could add secondary through the draft, which is doable, but I don't think Dallas drafts good corners. They really don't. So it's kind of expecting them to figure it out, which... I've been watching the Cowboys for a long time. Probably longer than the Giants, because a lot of my family members are Cowboy fans. They're not going to figure it out. They're not, you know, and I'm not... honestly... A really weird moment happened tonight, which, by the way, I got to talk about this later. Al Michaels, he's got to call it quits. But anyways, I'll get on that later. Here's what I want to say. The Cowboys are really fun to watch. They're truly a blast to watch. Bad defense, good offense, just old school football. This feels like, gosh, in the late 2010s, when you could just score a bunch of points at any time. Another... Are they playing the clip? Why are they... What is going on? What is going on? Can I just turn the sound off of these clips? I'm sorry. All right, I'm muting this for now. I don't know what to do. I'm not taking a copyright claim from Prime. Not doing it. So we're muting the music for now. I don't know what is playing right now. I cannot find this tab. Don't you hate when that happens? What was I saying? I found myself rooting for the Cowboys tonight. Detroit went up 2 scores, and I just thought, damn... I don't even like the Cowboys. I've been rooting against them my whole life as a Giants fan. I don't even like the Cowboys, but they're fun to watch, and the integrity of the game comes first because the Giants are eliminated. Everything sucks. So, I don't know. I wanted to see Dallas win this one. That was a big, shocking moment for me. I found myself kind of bummed out at the result of this game. I think that's another reason why I'm a little deflated, so to speak, because we're sitting here again talking about the same things. We're sitting here again. 74 points were scored. The game was relatively close in the fourth quarter. I think it cut as close to 3 points in the fourth quarter. And yet, I don't know. I don't know. There's a weird aftertaste with this one. I can taste it. What else? Mute the tab. I tried muting the tab. It wasn't going. Chrome sucks. All right, wow, I missed a lot. All right, I'm just going to lightning round through this. JT5 versus 9 show. It's going to be commemorated in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, hang up the jerseys. No matter what, we need Caleb Downs or Smith. Well, that would be... If Dallas got Caleb Downs, that would suck. But they won't do that. Nah. As a JJ hater since day one, 9 is overhated. Not as bad as people think. Yeah, fair enough. I agree. 9 is overhated, but he put it on himself. Never bet on the Cowboys win the public. Good point. I like that. Just an idea. Never tail the public. Jackson Dart over Joe Burrow. Oh, Lord. No, that's right. That's right. Whatever. Jackson Dart hasn't had some nonsense turf toe. Anyways, I'm not going to get into it. Washington ain't winning the division either, so join the losers club. ChatGPT generates a tier list to bolster chat engagement through rage bait. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Well, I have video proof of doing this. Yeah, right. I think the Panthers will make the playoffs. I hope so. I hope so, but I don't think they will. I'd have to see how the whole layout is for now after the Cowboys losing, but I don't know. It is funny when you see the Panthers in the hunt because they're the Panthers. I think that's cool. Because I was in Arizona they were the first game I ever watched. Huh. Well, there you go. Rooting for the Cowboys is crazy. I don't care how fun they are. I know it's crazy. I don't feel great about it, but I don't come on here and lie. It's wild. They're just fun. Also, when I got a 54 on my physics test, that sucks, James. Damn. Hannah, I had some Diet Coke yesterday. It was good. That makes me happy. That makes me happy that Diet Coke is being purchased and I'm being thought of. That makes me happy. That being said, Coke, the company, is kind of making some weird calls. But again, that's you know, that's a whole other can of worms. Cowboys fun to watch, but Lions funnier to watch. I don't know. Are the Lions funny to watch? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Are the Lions funny to watch? They have funny celebrations. They have their moments. When Amon-Ra gets moving, he's just a funny runner, dude. When he gets going, he's just funny. Maybe because he's injured, but I don't know. Big catch to end the game, by the way, for Amon-Ra. So that was cool. Isaac Tesla got a touchdown. Congrats to Isaac Tesla. Yeah. That was cool. Most people in Phoenix, I'd say the Devils, most reason people are upset like cats. You, their parents went to U of A or basketball. I don't know. That's my experience. All right. There you go. Go Devils. Forks up, I guess. Someone to say Hannes Hill was ChatGPT. That tier list is a monument to all of our sins as a community. This tier list will never be AI. And I'll tell you, AI couldn't replicate this shit. This is one of one. AI's not thinking of a 9 tier or a terrible tier or a really terrible tier. And I don't need to even unpack this tier. AI couldn't even fathom Russ Wilson. Too much aura. Honey, your chat's taking all my jokes literally. The only funny thing about the Lions game is how angry the crowd gets at the refs. That is true. The refs were very involved tonight. The refs threw a lot of flags. Apparently they didn't through the first quarter, but then they just started raining down. I didn't remember them in the first quarter, but I definitely watched the first quarter in its entirety. And didn't spend a lot of it on my phone. No, not a lot of flags in the first quarter, but then they just kept raining down. And they were bad calls, too. It's one thing when the refs are involved, and everybody hates that. But it's another thing when they're just objectively bad calls. You know what I mean? Turn the music back on. Don't mess with me. Joko, just like the majority NFC East. Come on, Damien. How could you? How could you? American Dragon Sun's here. Drop a 5. Yep. Funniest team to watch is the Titans by a mile. Funny. They're funny. They're not fun. I'll tell you. You ever sit through... Anybody in here ever sat through a Tennessee Titans game in its entirety? It's not pleasant. It's not. It's not something you're going to enjoy. I can promise you that. No hate, just the truth. Put up my tier, the best tier list. Yeah. Otis made a tier list. Feel free to make your own. Drop it in the Discord. Otis made his own tier list. People are... a discussion has began. Eagles are a joke. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fair. Watching the Eagles is funny. Watching the Eagles fans boo the refs and boo the coaching staff is my favorite. That's my favorite. Watching Eagles fans. I know an Eagles fan. I'm not going to put him on blast here and say the fella's name. I know an Eagles fan who's going to the Monday Night Football game, Chargers-Eagles. And he said he is going to wear a brown paper bag. And I wanted to punch him in the face. He said, I am going to wear a brown paper bag. This season has been too much to bear. This season has been too painful for me to even show my face. I'm embarrassed to go into the stadium and show my face wearing my Eagles attire in SoFi Stadium. They know me. They know my voice. They'll recognize me. I have a reputation to uphold. So I will not be caught dead defending my team with my face. I will not put a name to the face. I will wear a brown paper bag for my 8-4 defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think anything has gotten me that mad in months since the Denver game, honestly. What is that? What kind of sick joke? A sign, too. A sign and a paper bag. You know when you know people and you build these relationships in life, everything's going great. You know, you really find people to stick with. I'm going to hitch my saddle to this guy or that girl, whatever. And then they just say that one thing, and you just have to rethink the whole layout and dynamic of the relationship and friendship. It was like when my ex said, I hope the Giants lose. You got to rethink everything. Ugh. Got the Mario Kart music going. I'm excited. I'm feeling it now, fellas. Welcome to the Hunnaball Thursday Night Football stream. Let's see what you guys said. Majority of NFC is as if every single team isn't a joke. Agreed. I'm a Cardinals fan. I know what misery looks like. I love that we have a Cardinals fan in this chat. Another just painful franchise. Welcome to the chat, Damien. You mean that one guy that always fights with Gale in the chat? Not Jarv, but the Eagles fan. No, not him. Not him. No, definitely not him. Giants just look like the Colorado Rockies. Come on. Come on. Damien, you don't even know what misery is in Oak. I mean, Las Vegas Raiders don't even get to rep my city. That's fair. That's fair. Raiders fans have had it tough. Cardinals fans have had it tough. We've all had it tough, man. No way around it. As if half that stadium will be Birds fans. Yeah, well, that's true. That's a good point. That's true. Yeah, Chargers fans never show out. Rams fans barely show out, but Chargers fans, they don't exist. What will Eagles fans do when the team is actually bad? Gosh, man, that would be great. If the Eagles were like bad, like Tennessee Titans bad. They got no good players. That would be great. That would be great. Sick joke is blowing a 21-3 lead to the worst team in the league. Right. Go Cards. Saying that to a Giants fan's like counting money in front of... Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, we're winning the division. This is the worst season I've ever seen. Time to bring out the bags. Thank you. Now the chats are caught up. Yeah, thank you. Yes. I couldn't believe it. I have Eagles fans in the GC that act like they're a poverty franchise when they're... Yeah, seriously. Eagles fans are such losers. Seriously. It's like, have you never faced any adversity ever? What do you, like, what? I remember when it used to be kind of, this is going to suck to say. I remember when there were, like, I'm not going to, okay. I was going to say, I remember when it used to be cool to be an Eagles fan. Never cool to be an Eagles fan. But I remember when the Eagles fandom had a specific identity. We don't win Super Bowls, but we win, a lot of games. We'll get to a Super Bowl. We're gritty. We're tough. No one likes us. We're Philly. Underdogs. And then Nick Foles comes along, and they have an underdog run in which they played, gosh, man, Matt Ryan, who everyone thinks is an instant slam dunk Hall of Famer. I don't. Playoff Matt Ryan, so no thanks. Case Keenum, and then Tom Brady. The Tom Brady one counts. Tom Brady counts. That's a dub. But I don't know. I just wasn't super impressed by Philly's underdog story road to their first championship. I say this every stream. I love the idea that someone just came in randomly. Oh, he's going to talk about Cowboys Lions. And then I'm just here. Philly's a bunch of frauds. But they won the Super Bowl. They got their moment. They burnt down the city. Everybody cried. EDP had his moment. We all saw it. Then they won another one. And now everything just feels weird. Like we're in some alternate universe where something went sideways. A butterfly went in a time machine, and now everything's messed up. This isn't how it was supposed to happen. The Eagles weren't supposed to have multiple Super Bowls. License plate guy, one of the most famous Giants fans, has this jersey it's an Eagles jersey, which is weird because he's a Giants fan. It says Super Bowls on the nameplate, 0 as the number. It was perfect. The Eagles had their moments, but never a Super Bowl. And then they won their Super Bowl, and everything was great for like a year. And then Carson Wentz, blew up, and then everything fell apart. And now the Eagles had, dare I say, one of the best, most frictionless runs to a Super Bowl. Their fans sweat for like 10 minutes the whole postseason. That Packers game was a little close for a second. Then it was just belt to ass, belt to ass, belt to ass. They beat the brakes off of the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs in the playoffs, and they're wearing paper bags? They're booing at halftime? Are you kidding me? They're 8-4. They started like 6-1. I'm sorry. I don't know who this rant is to. I'm sure you all agree with me. I don't know who this rant is to. To be honest with you, I don't really have much else to say about Cowboys Lions, and I just, wanted to float that. But yeah, Hannah, how'd you become a Giants fan? They won the Super Bowl in 2011, 2012, and I got into the sport, and I thought, hey, this is my team. And now here I am. More Hannah lore on my Giants fandom on my last video, the current state of the New York Giants, if anyone's wondering. Love how Eagles have been winning a bunch of unconvincing games, same as Broncos and Bears, where the fan base have had opposite reactions. Yeah, and Eagles fans go, it's the standard. What standard? What standard? You guys still have... Not going to play the Super Bowl argument. Not going to play the Super Bowl argument. I just don't think 2 is super impressive. That's it. My friend was sending sad edits of Philly losing games in baseball and basketball, and the rest of us weren't Wizards fans. Yeah! That sucks. Being a Wizards and Commanders fan, that's brutal. I didn't know that about you, Steven. That sucks. Eagles fans were less annoying after the first Super Bowl. Yes! Because the first Super Bowl, it was kind of a good story. Last year was a nonsense story. No one had fun with last year's story. Me especially. Saquon carrying them to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts just falling ass backwards into a ring and a Super Bowl MVP. That's so funny. That's so wrong, but it's true. But yeah. Last year's run was bullshit. Sorry, but it was. And now here we are talking about the same things. At this point, I'm calling Washington the football team because they don't deserve the title. The only thing they command is what is going on right now with this Cardinals Commanders argument. What is going on here? Eagles Cowboy fans together make a nightmare blunt rotation. Should we bring that back? Should we do blunt rotation fans? We're doing a tier list of fans. I actually don't know fan bases that well. I need to meet more people. I'd say I got a solid finger on the pulse with, golly, Dolphins fans, Pats fans, maybe Ravens fans, Bengals fans because of Chris. I think Chris qualifies for all of them. We got some Browns fans in here. I've known a few Steelers fans. Texans fans are whack. I don't know anything about Colts fans. There's some teams here: Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, Rams, Niners. So we got some Seahawks, Falcons. We're checking some names off. Basically, the whole NFC North, whole NFC East. We've got some people in here. Did I miss anyone? We got Hank, the Saints fan. We had a very, dare I say, I'll say it, diverse chat here going. They only beat the Falcons because the ball slipped through Julio's hands in that playoff games. Walked the ass down the drive. That's true. Forgot about that. That's true. That game was this close. Eagles are a franchise that never meant to win Super Bowls. The writer screwed up. Exactly. Much more succinct way to put it. Okay. That game was cool. The rest of the stream, this completely unrelated. That got me to. I didn't even read it. I didn't even read Uncreative's chat. I just started laughing. That is funny. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. For random, what's the word? I was going to say side quests, but that's not really the term. Whatever. Random side quests we're discussing. I don't mind being a Commanders fan since Snyder sold. Pats fans are everywhere, man. I'm friends with so many Pats fans. Yeah. We got a Packers fan. Yep. You see, that's what I was saying. Yeah, we got NFC North crossed off. We got Bears, Lions. We got the NFC North more filled out than we got the NFC East, I feel like. Shoot. We got Bears fans, Lions fans, a couple of Packers fans. It's nice. John, the Vikings fan. How could I forget our friend of the channel, John? Fan bases, worst fan bases by a Cardinals fan, Niners, Rams, Chiefs, Packers, and Bucks. Couldn't tell you anything about a Bucks fan. Other than they're probably from Florida. I couldn't. This is gonna sound crazy. And tell me if I'm way off here, please. I've never seen a picture of Tampa Bay. I have no idea what Tampa Bay looks like. No clue. What the city looks like, what the infrastructure, no clue. I couldn't tell you. I think, honestly, I could get a better guess at Green Bay, Wisconsin. Because Midwest, you've seen one, you've seen the bulk, you've seen the King's share. I couldn't tell you what Tampa Bay, Florida looks like. I don't think I've ever seen it in my life. And that's about to change. Wow, perfect typing by me. No, I'm not buying it. Like I've never seen this. I didn't know. I've never seen this river. Everyone's talking about San Antonio's Riverwalk. This looks pretty hefty. What is this? Bridge. This is kind of nuts. I'm not trying to be boring here. I'm not gonna do this all night. This bridge. I just think that's crazy. I can't be the only one that's never seen downtown Tampa. Right? I can't be. I've been to Florida multiple times too. Been to Miami, been to Key West. Shout out Key West. But I've never seen Tampa. I didn't even know what it looked like. So that's something. Damien knows some annoying Bucks fans. That playful person that went, yeah, I love cookies. I was gonna start the stream with that. Like, yeah, that playful person down in Buffalo, you know, yeah, I like cookies. Yeah, you can say that. You give that grace to the young guys, but you're supposed to be our number one, and you're playing like a bum. That's the viral video of the week, by the way. If you haven't seen it, Cam Newton talking about Keon Coleman. It's hilarious. It's so funny. I don't know why. It's funny because I think NFL media is giving it like its fair share. Like it's very much putting it out there. I see it everywhere on Twitter the last couple days. And I don't know. I like when everyone comes together and just industry plants a meme. I don't know. Been to Florida countless times, no idea what Tampa's like. Why is their filler city so good at winning cups? Okay, Steven gets it. Okay, yes. We got one vote for the anti-Tampa. Maybe Tampa should move. I like the Bucks though. That's such a cool name and logo. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That sounds like a professional football team. Only part of Tampa I've seen was when Brady was drunk on the boat. That's true. Brady's here. I've been saying I love cookies randomly all week. I bought cookies last night because of that video. I was at Trader Joe's. I was like, let me get some cookies. Just because that video, man. It's crazy. There's one on Leggett too that's equally funny. Yeah, and it's the same exact thing. First round pick. Everyone thinks he's all silly and funny with his accent, but you got to be good at football. Top 5 most annoying fans: Dolphins, Ravens, Broncos, Chiefs, Eagles. Honorable mention: Chargers. Couldn't find any though. The few Chargers fans that exist are pretty rough. I can't lie. They're pretty brutal. I know a few of them because I'm in SoCal. Brutal. You know, someone says they're a Chargers fan. I'm sorry. I don't know if any Chargers fans are in here. I hope not. Someone tells you they're a Chargers fan, you know immediately they know jack shit about football. They don't know anything about football. like it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's a stereotype, but it's exactly how I feel. It feels like you're rooting for a fake team. And I don't think that's ever going to change. Hey, Hunna, what's the opposite of Christmas? Wow. What a question. This is going to be kind of abstract, but I like it. Black Friday. Black Friday is the opposite of Christmas. Some other options I floated in my mind. Hanukkah, you know, that seems pretty obvious. I was thinking like other side of the year. So maybe like, I don't know, 4th of July or St. Patty's Day, which I will go on a St. Patty's Day rant when the time comes. But I'm thinking those, but I like Black Friday, and I'll explain my reasoning on that. It's because it's pretty simple, actually. It's instead of giving, you're purchasing, you're consuming. I know a lot of people buy their gifts on Black Friday, but you know what I mean? That's my answer to that. I love the question, though. Tampa's the only place in Florida I've been to. Like, it's awesome. Don't know what y'all talk about. I've just never been, Otis. I've never been. You know, I haven't seen it. I haven't been there. I didn't say it sucked. I actually think it looks pretty cool. The bridge. I liked the bridge. Is it mirror of Dallas fans piped down a little bit in last year? I agree. I think they had such a brutal offseason. Jerry, they were just so beaten down. They just didn't want to get made fun of anymore. Everybody made content and videos about the Micah Parsons trade. I was out of the country, but I went on stream when he requested the trade. That was a crazy night. And now here we are. A few months after. We got a whole community here. It's great. San Diego Chargers were an elite. LA Chargers are an expansion team. Yes. Yes. One more. Yes. Also, when did you move up Jordan Love? On Monday. God. Didn't want to, but we did. He won. The man won. The man won on Thursday. We didn't put him ahead of Jared Goff. And that's as good as I can get. Where did the Chiefs only because I lived in Missouri? As soon as I moved, I saw how they played and I lost interest. That makes sense. People hate Chiefs fans. I really don't, but, you know, everyone's got their opinion. Shout out people in San Diego who like the Padres and nothing else since the Chargers left. Yeah. Well, San Diego's a nice area, though. San Diego's cool. Today was my Black Friday. There we go. All right. Black Friday is an excellent answer. I'll take it. I will take it. Black Friday is a really good answer. Yes. Yes. So my friend who's a Chargers fan during the Jags playoff game witnessed a mental breakdown. Same, actually. Same. Very casual football watcher. So I got the joy of explaining to my friend who was again, Chargers fan, didn't know football. And I got to the joy of explaining to him, no, dude, what just happened is one of the craziest things that I've ever seen. And the Chargers suck. I consumed and I feel hollow today. Yeah. Gosh, getting Black Friday deals a week after. Score. I like it. Went to Chargers games, went to Chargers fans, asked them if they know Phillip Rivers, was asked 11 of them. None of them knew who he was. They were just saying Justin Herbert, go Charger. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Seriously. It's a tale as old as time. You talk to a Chargers fan, they don't know what you're talking about if it comes to sports. They straight up don't. If you want to talk about, I don't know, you're in LA, you want to talk about like, you honestly, you go to a Chargers game, you can probably learn more about the Dodgers than you can about the Chargers. Like, definitely, not even probably, definitely. If you talk to 10, 50, whatever, Chargers fans at random, you will learn 2-3 times the amount about the Dodgers than you will about the Chargers. That is where they exist in the LA totem pole. I'm pretty sure LAFC, that's not true. Very close. The Galaxy is ahead of the Chargers, that's for sure. Clippers aren't. LA is a very loaded dialogue we can get into, but I'm missing the St. Louis Rams too, and the Oakland Raiders. Yeah. These teams should just all move back to where they started. Keep the Giants in New York. I'm a Rams fan now. I was very hurt when they moved, but after I got over it. Yeah, I get that. A team leaving a city is brutal. No one wins. No one wins when a team relocates. Levi is here. People that wear, drop a 5 if you're just showing up. Just, you know, 5. People that wear Chargers merch are just dumb. LAers trying to blend in with the type of people that say sports ball. Yes. Spot on. Spot on. They're blended in. We can all come together and hate on Chargers fans. I love it. So my family Chargers were up 27-0 on the Jags, and they said, I guess we know who won that game. Yeah, not quite. Yeah, not quite. Well, what's more soulless, LA Chargers or corporate Vegas Raiders? LA Chargers. Because they had to move out of Oakland. They had to. Here's Philly. How about them Cowboys? I wasn't sure you'd ever be back, Philly MM 5196. I'm happy you're here. We were just talking about Eagles fans, actually. Speaking of Dodgers, I got MLB The Show for Black Friday. I kind of like baseball now. That's how you do it. You get into the video game. That's what I did with the NHL. I got into the video game, you get into the sport. Everything's great. I also have with the WNBA, doing some WNBA rebuilds on 2K. It's fun. Prefer the vibe of the LA Rams. The LA Rams are cool. I still miss St. Louis, but LA Rams works in my book. LA Chargers, no thanks. No thanks. How about them Cowboys? Can we go down to the final week just for Cowboys not to make the playoffs? I mean, yeah, do your victory lap now. Philly coming from out of the shadows after the Bears lost to the Eagles. Or the Bears beat the Eagles. Oh boy. Yeah, out of the shadows. Yeah, no. I think the Cowboys buried themselves tonight, which is a damn shame. It's a damn shame, but that's how it works. That's how it works in December football. You gotta play tight, gotta play well. Unless you're the Bears, in which case you can just kind of skate into the postseason. Who knows? I think the Bears have the Bears point differential. I will look at this every stream until it changes. The Bears point differential is so funny. It is their +6, and they're the #1 seed in the NFC. That is just so funny to me. WNBA My Career is better one on 2K because there's no dumb cutscenes. Yeah, straight to business. Yeah, not sure an Eagles fan should be talking about Dallas after blowing a 21-0 lead. Damien's going off tonight. Damien's on tilt. It's fun. LA Chargers are cool, but they suck. LA Rams suck, but they're cool. What? How do the LA Rams suck? They're better than the Chargers. They've won more Super Bowls than the Chargers. Yeah. They have a better culture than the Chargers, a better coach. I don't, like, you know. I get what you're saying, though. The Chargers could be cool, but they're not. The Chargers are so Clippers. They're so Clippers. They could get the cool uniforms. They could even get... The Chargers could move out, get their own stadium. Wouldn't change a thing. Wouldn't change a thing. They are the Clippers of LA. And believe me, the LA did not need another Clippers. That's for sure. LA Rams lease has history. LA Chargers just lame, man. Really stole San Diego's team to make a corporate nothing burger. Yeah. Seriously. Seriously. I told him the Bears point differential sucks. That was me. Yeah, Uncreative's on a heater. Anybody that watched tonight knew Cowboys were going to lose. Cowboys not a December team. This is a Cowboys choke season part of the year. That's fair. Bears lost to 31 by Detroit. Yes, they did. But Bears have they have a win up on Detroit. At least. Maybe 2 if they win this week. Who do the Bears have this week? Is it Packers? Is it Packers week? It's Packers week. This should be the Sunday night game. This really should be. Perfect opportunity to flex a game. Perfect opportunity. What is the Sunday night game? Oh, I gotta do my picks. Damn, man, we got stuff to do, fellas. Well, if you're joining us, drop a like if you haven't already. The Sunday night game is Texans-Chiefs, which should be interesting. Should be interesting, no doubt. Cowboys aren't even choking. They're just never good. The Eagles and Chiefs are boosting everyone's resume by losing to them right now. Like, what is happening? Is my ad blocker just not going now? Is that what we're doing? The ad blocker's just done. Out. See ya. Finished. Okay. Well, that's great. Got to catch it every time. Anyways, in breaking news, CP3 will be going to the Chargers after retirement from the NBA. Yeah. The Clippers screwed CP3. We'll not get into that, but yeah, that was a really funny story. You guys like free money? Take LA Chargers with the points. Free money. Wow. There it is. Wow. The confident Eagles fan trying to reverse jinx themselves. Sure, man. Again, we were talking about it earlier. The pessimistic Philly fans can't do it. Okay. Let's move to tiers because I didn't realize how much stuff we got to do. And this game actually went kind of late. So here we go. This is the... I don't even know what week this qualifies. Between week 14... I guess this is the week 14 Hunna's Hill. Yeah, sure. With teams. With team rankings. I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of movement here, by the way. I can't imagine it. Bad teams keep losing. Good teams keep winning. It's crazy because they say there's never been more parity in the NFL, and we have a bunch of 9-win teams. So it is interesting. CB3 should sign with OKC just for the ring. Never bet on the Chargers to do anything. I agree with both of those comments. Take my Cardinals by 11 over Philly. Wow. Jeez, Damian, that's pretty bold. Easily the worst offensive coordinator plays in the NFL. And it's not even close. Yeah, fire Kevin Patullo. Agus House should have never gotten the job. Okay. Gosh, did any of these teams do anything of substance last week? I might just be blanking out on the games. Did I miss... Not a lot of change happens at this point of the season. I mean, Bengals will probably move up. I mean, Cardinals competed, sure. Manders competed. All right, things did happen. Things did happen. I can't lie. I kind of want to watch these teams. So I'm just getting rid of this tier. I'm just getting rid of this tier. The don't want to watch tier. Don't need it anymore. We're good. No thanks. We're good now. Can you move the Dolphins up 1? We're getting there. The Dolphins are fun. Okay. Giants are going to stick. Hank is here. What's up, Hank? Giants are going to stick, obviously. Titans aren't going anywhere. Raiders aren't going anywhere. Jets won, actually, didn't they? I'm not going to move the Jets up a tier, but I will move them up within this tier. And then, you know what? This has been another thing I've seen a lot on Twitter, just to give the Saints their love, especially now that Hank's here. Apparently, Tyler Shuck's been putting out some pretty good film. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I was quick to the curve, that I knew what was going on with Tyler Shuck's game. I don't watch the Saints regularly unless they're playing the Giants and the Giants want to turn the ball over 5 straight times, whatever. Tyler Shuck's good, apparently. So keep an eye out. Flex Browns Titans to prime time. Perfect timing. Yeah, that's another good pick. That's another great pick. Browns are sticking here, by the way. Perfect timing. We're leaving. Didn't Abdul Carter get benched for watching the Hub? That is such a funny rumor. I thought that was the case. The supposed story is that he missed a special teams meeting mostly because he didn't know that he was supposed to be in it because he's been on and off special teams. I don't know who to blame. I just hope Abdul Carter eventually becomes good. If the hub story is accurate, that is the funniest thing. I can't even say it's happened this season. It's happened this month. Funniest thing that's happened thus far in December. We're 4 days in. Yep. Tyler Shuck looks okay. Yeah. Did Jets belong on the bottom too? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm not going to move them up. They're the Jets, man. Let's not get too excited. Jets games always suck. It doesn't matter what season. No one wants to watch a New York Jets game. Well, right. Right. Okay. The Vikings are such an L, man. The Vikings are such an L. I don't want to move them down to really bad. Man, oh God. They're moving to the back end of this tier at least. Are the Vikings really bad? No, right? They just can't have a quarterback. That's it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're making history. We're adding another tier. This one's going to be pink. We got it. We're doing a 9 tier. We have to. We have to do a 9 tier. We have to. Learn from Master Bates himself. There you go. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that fast. YouTube's going to get me now. You know, a Saints fan told me the Falcons suck against bad teams but played top tier against good teams. Wait, I just realized. Wait, why is the... Oh, shoot, there it is. I was like, where'd the music go? It's a 3-hour-long video and it already ended. How'd that work? Picks with spread. Otis dropped his picks with the spread. We're going to do that next. You know, a Saints fan told me the Falcons suck against bad teams but play top tier against good teams. Well, yeah, well, the Falcons, I mean... The Falcons show up in such weird times. They got blanked by the Panthers. They lost to the Jets. They're so weird. They're bad, man. They're bad. Your franchise sucks with New York Jets. Even with all that trouble, the Giants have been doing better the last 15 years. Still be doing better. Yeah. You'd say way worse on YouTube. Just don't do it in the first 30 seconds. There we go, Steven. Appreciate that. You know, your franchise sucks, Jets. Yeah, with all that trouble. Yeah, I mean... Both suck. That's the thing. Like, just dunk on New York teams. The Giants are the Jets, but blue. I got to keep ranking tiers. I'm like reading the chat too much. I got to keep ranking. Okay. I can't put the Niners, who have 8 wins, in underperforming. I want to. I really thought they were going to lose to the Browns, but they are 9 wins, actually. They have 9 wins. Shout out 9. So they're not just moving up to good, but I don't like. They're moving up to good, I guess. They're a firm set and forget wildcard team. Chargers... They're winning, but I'm not impressed. Good, but I don't like. Gosh. Ravens are staying and underperforming. No question about that. They might even move down to GameScript Warriors if they're not careful. And the Bengals, I like them. They're still underperforming. They have, what, 5 wins under their belt? So we're just going to leave this like it is. Simple. Somehow they beat Buffalo. That was such a weird game. Prime time, too. And crazy stuff happens on prime time. Falcons is no bueno, but I'll still watch because I'm mentally ill. There we go. That's the mindset. Buffalo sucks. Texans are the best team in the AFC. Let's not get crazy. Texans are good, though. Texans are good. They won last week, right? I just want to make sure. Yeah, they beat the Colts. They beat the Dan Jones Colts. And with that, I'm not going to call them Super Bowl or bust. But they're very much at the top of contenders. I'm getting ahead of myself. Damn. Good, but I don't like. Nope, Steelers just straight up aren't good. Whole AFC North. Why not? Whole AFC North in one tier. Perfect. Chiefs are officially also underperforming, by the way. I still think they're better than the Bengals and the Ravens and the Steelers. But Chiefs are moving down. I hate having the Chargers there, but we're sticking. Tampa, good, but I don't like. I really do like Tampa. Baker Mayfield is playing. This is tricky now. We're at another tier divide. I don't want to have just like one team in a tier. But Tampa did compete. They won. Baker's healthy. I do like them when Baker's playing. We're going to leave it like that. Going to leave it like that right now. Bengals should rise. They should rise, but they're like, come on. They should rise, but 5 wins. 4 wins, actually. I keep missing these numbers. 4 wins. They have 4 wins. Patriots definitely a fun team to watch, for sure. They're great. Bengals 8-9 division champs beating the Bills in the wild card. I hope so. And they're better than the Chargers. They are better. They're good, I guess. Sure. They're good. I got to make another tier here. I got to make another tier. This is a disaster. This is a fully fledged disaster. Oh, wait a minute. Hello? This is what we're gonna do. No. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I literally, I'm at a complete stop here. We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. Long tier, whatever, who cares? All right, Jags are gonna stick. They're finding ways to win games. They're playing the Titans, but they're finding ways to win games. Congrats to the Jags. Tampa's gonna stay. Bengals are gonna stay. Panthers putting together some big wins. You know what? Panthers are gonna move up. Dallas has fallen down, I'll tell you. I like them, but gosh, man, I don't know, man. Dallas is moving down. Dallas moving down to the Chargers tier. And now we have something. And now we have it. Teams that no one likes. Other than James. Patriots might have the best young quarterback in the NFL for sure. I don't know why the Eagles are so high. The offensive coordinator is jackass. You can easily see the Eagles losing out if they lose on Monday. Again, my bias is showing. I thought they were Super Bowl or bust. They're in a tier below. I thought I did that one pretty accurately. Okay. We got the Gale tier. We got the hatred tier. Let's order this, right? So the Bears are the #1 seed in the NFC. They're definitely contenders. So I'll move them to the end of this tier. We'll reorder that later. The Lions. Are they contenders? I'd say so. They're technically they're a game out of, or a game and a half out of first place. They're contenders. Meant to do 7. Bills sent the message too early. There you go. Otis throwing his playoff predictions. There we go. Lamar missed another practice. What are they hiding? I'm making cameos every second. Oh, I miss a lot. 49ers window for the Super Bowl is shut. Yeah. No, agreed. 9 is showing up all the time. Yes, and Lamar missed another practice. That is a crazy development. Something's going on in Baltimore this year. I don't know. Something weird. You know the Ravens will be really good too next year. They'll figure it out next year and bounce back. And this year will just be a total fluke and an FU to all the people that believed in them this year. All right. Niners are good. I refuse to call them contenders, but they're good. Bills. They're the Bills, man. They're winning games. But I feel like they didn't look great. Am I remembering that right? God, this week was weird. Oh, they looked great. Never mind. Bills destroyed the Steelers. See, I'm all over the place this morning. Or this night. See, I'm all over the place this morning. All right. We'll move the Bills into the contender tier. Perfect. And now good, I guess. About chalk, honestly. I like the Panthers more than the Niners. Sue me. We'll stick. We'll stick right there. Simple. Okay, to the contenders tier. How are we going to order this? Bills chain is fake. Can the Bears be at the bottom contenders? I don't trust them yet. Well, hold on. We got to order this. I'm not just going to go strict standings. That's boring, all right? We're going teams I believe in. It hurts to say, it really does. The Dan Jones Colts are moving down to good, I guess. A team that was once in Super Bowl or bust is now on the precipice of being bounced from actual relevance and consideration. So I don't know. I don't know. This Colts are moving down. Texans are fun. Texans found a way to win. I don't know if it's fair to put the Colts in a whole separate tier, but we're going with it for now. Bills are staying at the bottom of that tier. I do agree with you guys. The Bills do feel a little fake. Lions. Can't feel great about the Lions. I don't remember. Lions and Bills played. Someone, who won that one? Who won that one? I completely forgot. Why, they didn't. That must have been last season. Jeez, my mind is all scrambled tonight. Must have been last season. Well, didn't happen then. Sucks. Lions staying on top. Bears got to go ahead of the Packers, at least for now. Bears got to go ahead of the Packers. So there we go. You ready for this? Moving the Eagles down. Another tier. Eagles are moving to the top of good, I guess. They're moving to the top of good, I guess. I don't want to get too crazy, but if there's a chance to dunk on the Eagles, we're going to take it. Denver. What are we going to do with Denver? They almost lost to the Manders, but they did win. But we hate them. But if I really wanted to hate them, just put them right here. My bias is showing. They're not up there. They're not up there. And then this top, honestly, sorry. There's only one change I'm going to make. What if you had a fraud alert tier? It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but I think everything kind of evened out. I was worried over nothing, honestly. I like having about 3 to 5 in each tier, unless we have a special tier like the Gale tier, brought to you by Gale. The only change I'm going to make, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel good about it. Seahawks are taking the top spot. I don't know why. I don't know why. I got a feeling in my heart and soul that the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. This is, mind you, I'm a guy who said the Seahawks were going to lose not every single game, but have the first pick in the draft this year. They'd be so bad. And now, I don't know why. I don't know what is coming over me. I think looking at all the point differentials is a big thing. When the Seahawks win, they win big. Look, Sam Darnold's going to fold in the playoffs. We know that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sam Darnold already folded. He already folded. You know, when I was in, I want to say, yeah, when I was in 6th grade, I asked my teacher, I said, is the past tense of folded, felded? And she looked at me so confused. That story doesn't have a lot to do with anything, but I just wanted to throw it out there. What was I looking for? I've completely missed it on that stupid story. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the Seahawks. Here's the thing. When Sam Darnold did fold, they lost by 2 against the best team in the NFC, besides the Bears. And look, he threw 4 picks. They lost by 2. Defense still played well. This game was in LA. I think if the Seahawks can find a way, somehow, some way to win the NFC West, things can change. I really do think, we still have Seahawks Rams live from Seattle on Prime Video. That's going to be sweet. I think all these games are tough but winnable for the Seahawks. I think it'll be a fun finish. So yeah, that's me. Seahawks Valley, they almost beat the Rams by throwing 4 picks. Why do so many people have so much belief in Seattle? They beat nobody, cupcake schedule. But they competed with the Rams. They stomped the Vikings. Shut them out. You know, just, what is this PDF? Wow, that's cool. I appreciate that. They stomped the Vikings. They beat the Titans. They almost beat the Rams. They almost beat Tampa. They put together some good wins. They should have beaten the Niners. I know we don't live in a world of ifs, but in this world of ifs, they're still 9-3. They're a good team. They are. If Sam Darnold can just be mid, that's a Super Bowl team. And as you can see up here, we think he's pretty good. We think he's pretty good. That implies Sam Darnold has a chance to win a ring, and I just refuse to believe that's going to happen. Well, believe it. Believe it, because honestly, the fact that Steven vindicated my take there makes me feel like I'm right. And I'm going to stand on this. I don't know. The Rams are streaky, and the Patriots are super young. You want to talk about a cupcake schedule? The Patriots. We all know how I feel about the Broncos. I'm not buying into the Texans offense. The Bears, man, this is a really fun thing we're doing with the Bears. 6-point differential, crazy wins. Congratulations to Bears fans. This is the weird week of the season. This happened in 2022 when the Giants had like a pretty good start and they were 6-1 and they started making playoff picture graphics. And then just right at the back end of the Giants being, or maybe 6-2, right at the back end of the Giants, like big winning streak, so to speak. And the Giants were right there on the left side of the column of the playoff bracket, you know, where it's like playoff teams, wild card, in the hunt, etc. Giants were on the left side. That week ended with the Giants not on the left side. So, you know, it's a fun thing to see the graphics, see the images, but at the end of the day, Bears probably aren't going to finish as the #1 seed in the NFC. They have some tough games coming up. Their schedule was crazy front loaded to be easy, and they've got some tough games coming up. Not a Bears hater. I hope they win the damn Super Bowl. That would be hilarious. But again, we're going to find out. I don't think they're the best team in the NFL, though. I think these are going to be some tough games, no doubt. Sammy D hoisting that Lombardi like he Nick Foles. Exactly. Next year is when we really know about the Patriots. Agreed. Crazier has happened. Agreed. See, we're all on the same page here. Texan defense is so good. The best teams in the AFC have young QBs, ripe to get exploited by the best defense they've ever faced, biggest stage they've ever played on. That's what the Commanders did last year. They just exposed Jared Goff, got some turnovers, and then held the lead. And then that Tampa game was neck and neck. That was a fun one. I never get what people see in the Texans. That's not a Super Bowl team, even though the defense is good. What do they see in the Texans? Dude, they beat the Colts and the Bills. The Texans are on a heater. The Texans are on a really good streak lately. God, I keep doing this. Texans are looking great. I do this every time. I click on the week and then I go to... Never mind. Texans beat the Dan Jones Colts in Indy, by the way. They're on a 4-game win streak, beating the playoff Jags, who are first in the division, beating the Titans. They're the definition of a pushover, but you know. And then the Bills. on prime time. And then they got the Chiefs this week. If they can take down the Chiefs, what, they got the Cardinals? Sorry, you know, it's the truth. Raiders, sorry, but again, you know, I think they beat the Chargers. That defense against the Chargers offensive line, yeah, right. And they already beat the Colts in Indy. They very well could run the table and end the season on a 9-game win streak. Shout out 9. And that would put them at what? 12-5? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think the city of Detroit's ready for a ring. 9 people died in 1990 Pistons. And I don't think the city of Detroit's going to have to worry about one. I don't think Jared's going to be able to put it away. I just don't. I still chuckle when I think about how upset Tom Brady was with Jared Goff when he called that playoff game. Yeah, he was pissed. That was a tough watch. Jared Goff just sold our defensive ass. Hank's got to go. See ya, Hank. Chicago's a lot better than I thought, but it's not a Super Bowl team, not even close. Well, I'm glad we all can agree on the same page there. Okay, so this is the new Hunters Hill Team Edition. If I can come up with a better name, I will. Hunters Hill Team Edition. We were workshopping a Hunters Hunch. Actually, we were workshopping Hunters Hedge. Hunters Hunch was just off the dome just now. We're going Hunters Hunch. Hunters Hunch, week 14. There it is. Wow, what a moment. What a moment. So yeah, and as always, I'm not trying to become an influencer on Tier Maker, but these are pretty updated and quality lists. If you want to make your own, throw it in the Discord. I'm at Hunnaball. There you go. Same as my YouTube handle. Hunters Hedge. We got a Hunters Hedge, but I like Hunters Hunch. 9 cameo. Again, it feels forced now, Hunna. I can't not. It's the 6-7 thing. You gotta just say it when it's there. You gotta say it when it's there. Smoke him if you got him. That's what I said earlier, and I meant it. Unless you have a crazy great defense, hard to win a Super Bowl when you didn't have a top 14 quarterback in the NFL. Agreed. And I think if Sam Darnold can play top 14, we're in. We're in. Let's go Hawks. Let's go Hawks. I wouldn't call Sam Darnold mediocre. He's having a pretty good season. All right. Let's do our picks now. Let's do our picks. And I will not bring up the 9 thing. What? Clicked on the wrong sport. Now I know table tennis lines. All right, here we go. Here is the Hana's... Wait. Hana's picks. Whatever. I don't need to make a stupid name for everything. This probably should be Hana's hedge, but whatever. Hana's picks. So we all agree Panthers winning the Super Bowl. Bryce Young MVP. Yeah, look, I like the Panthers, man, but I thought where I put them in good, I guess, right between the Colts and the Niners was pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair. All right, Saints Bucks. Here's what I'll say about this game: 8.5's a lot of points. The game's in Tampa. I think Tampa's getting a little bit healthier. Tyler Shuck's getting some love within the media. This is kind of tough. This is going to be a tough week of picks. I felt really good about my Panthers take last week, so I really, really want to nail this one. Hank left, so the pressure's off. We just discovered what Tampa looks like. It's a nice city. I'm going Tampa with the spread. John is out. See ya, John. By the way, drop a like if you haven't already, anyone. I hope it's Colts Seahawks Super Bowl so KOC will get fired. Come on. Where's the Discord link? It expires, so it's in the description of various videos. But it expires. Let me pull it up. Join the Hunnaball Discord, the Hunnaballers. Workshop in the name there. But, you know, we'll land on something. Let me just pull up the link for anyone that wants to join. Again, it's not, you know, I'm working on keeping it active. You know, we got people we got people who are active every now and again. So there's the Discord link if anyone wants to join. You can set it to not expire. Oh, shoot. Huh. Oh, I can. Oh. Well, how do you like that? I will do that next time. All right. Lesson learned. Discord link is in the chat. Anyways. Okay. Back to it. Odds Lambs comes back for week 15 in 10 days. Ooh, good question. Welcome, Keenan Dole. Odds? If I was Vegas, I'd say plus 200. I'd say 2-1. Yeah, plus 200. That's what I'd say. I'd say it feels unlikely. That concussion looked bad. He was, you know, doing the, I forget what it's called, but flexing or phasing, whatever it's called. But yeah, it didn't look great. He said he was fine. He said he doesn't need help walking. I don't know a lot of people that got concussions, though, that needed help walking. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. If I'm the Cowboys, man, especially if I'm assuming you kind of need him though. That's what I was thinking. You kind of need him. If he doesn't play next week, what are you holding your breath for? Season's over. 6-7. I think it's pretty slim though. Even with 10 days, it's tough. It's tough to force out your star player with a concussion. You never want a Tua guy. Meep, we got a Discord now. Let's go. Yeah, hell yeah, Meep. I've had a Discord for a minute, but yes, I'm glad people are joining. And join the Discord if you haven't already. New Orleans gonna suck for a long time. Got rid of a top 5 head coach in the last like 30 years. Sean Payton's not a top 5 head coach. Come on. What type of genius organization got rid of a top 5 head coach for the last 30 years? That's a funny joke though. That's funny. Go Birds. I didn't say that. Seahawks Falcons. You know what I just said. Even in Atlanta, they're going to be sleepless in Seattle. -7 Seahawks. -7. -7 Seahawks. Bengals Bills. A real test. A real clash of the Titans, if you will. Joe Burrow's back. This game's at 10, so we'll have something to watch. Giants are on bye, by the way. So he shoots, he scores. Yes. Jerry's going to tell CD that Mike would play through the concussion. Michael would play through the concussion. I don't think so. I don't think you can force him. The NFL is very weird with concussions, especially to star players. I don't think Jerry's going to have much say. I think the story might come out that Jerry tried to get him to play when he wasn't supposed to. But you can't do much to get past the independent concussion specialist, so to speak. So I'd say relatively unlikely. Andy Reid's asked one of the most overrated coaches in the NFL. He could get a job done in Philly. Only get the job because he had to go to his quarterback. Wow. Mike Evans came back from a concussion within 10 days. But did Mike Evans do the whole hand thing? Like that concussion didn't look good. You could have called it. And they said on the broadcast too. They said they watched the video, quickly decided that he's not going back out there. Quickly. Never a good sign. He went to the locker room. So I'll tell you, CeeDee Lamb's not going to be seeing a lot of light for the next few days. I'll tell you that. That concussion didn't look great. As someone who has proudly given himself 2 concussions, I can tell you it's not very fun. And they're unpredictable. So, like I said, 2-1, not impossible. But if I had to bet on it, gun to my head, I don't think he's going to play next week. Anyways, Bengals Bills, who we got? The game is in Buffalo, and you know Highmark Stadium's going to enjoy their, close affairs. Their real, barn burners while they can before the stadium moves and all the real fans get priced out. So I think the stadium's going to be rocking and rolling. That being said, the Bengals have something to play for, while the Bills do as well. I think the Bengals just want it more. I think they do. The Bills are probably a better team, but the Bills are a squad that just don't really feel that mentally tough. They don't do well when they're down, and because of that, we're going Cincy. Evans' body seized. Well, then maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Yeah, Keenan Dole 12. Maybe you're right. But again, it's a case-by-case basis. And you got to factor in prime time. Everyone watched. Everyone saw that concussion, or the majority of people saw it. There's no way Roger didn't see that. There's no way Roger didn't make a call when that happened. Man. I'll tell you, fellas, and Keenan Dole's new here, so this is funny. I just got a crazy craving for garlic bread. Like wild. Like I need garlic bread. I'm not pregnant, I swear. Anyways, Colts Jags. That's a 1.5 points. Okay, in Jacksonville. Dan Jones still kind of recovering. Duval's hot. Because of Gale, we're going Jags. Plus 1.5. Let's go. Let's rock. I kind of like that action, to be honest with you. I think the Jags are a better team than a lot of people think. Steelers Ravens under. Don't care about this game. Don't want to watch. Both these teams suck. Just kidding. We're going to go with the Ravens at home. 5.5's a lot, though. 5.5's a lot, but it's a 10 o'clock in-division matchup. The Ravens got embarrassed. They also had a long week. You got to like the Ravens. I actually like that pick. The more I talk myself into it. Go Jags, we jagging. Did you check my picks? I did notice, actually. I saw you sent them, but I didn't actually look at them. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I saw the playoff predictions. Yeah, the picks were a minute ago. Okay, I'll compare them, Otis, but I got to scroll to the top. His ego gets annoying why some athletes stick around way longer than they're washed up. There you go. There you go. I think Josh and Keon will be sharing cookies this weekend. Yeah. You can eat cookies if you like cookies, but You only get that grace when you're a young guy. Dolphins, Jets, Dolphins. Dolphins are red hot. People don't understand. I don't care the game's in New York. I don't care if the spread's 2.5. The Dolphins are red hot. They might run the table. Hell, the Dolphins might make the stupid playoffs. I'm calling it. Dolphins, easy. Titans, Browns, woof. This is a tough one. This is a tough one, and this should be flexed to the Sunday Night Football game. This is a tough one, and I'll tell you why. The Browns are 4.5-point favorites. The over-under is 33.5, which is hilarious, by the way. You expect the Browns defense to really get to Cam Ward, get in his face, make him force mistakes. But Cam Ward played a clean game last week. And if he can carry that momentum over, I don't see a way where the Titans lose this game. I don't want to pick against Shador. He's the big story. He's the head honcho of the league. I think it was Kendrick Perkins. I want to make sure I get the right person on this. It could have been Kendrick Perkins. It might have been Damian Woody. Some like sleazeball reporter said that Shador Sanders is the most important black man in this nation since President Obama. That being said, I think he's losing to the Titans. Move on. Commanders, Vikings. Dare I call it game of the year? Look, the Commanders played well. Sunday Night Football. I don't know if Nine's playing. I don't know if Brosmer's playing. It's not making much of a difference, to be honest with you. I'm going Manders. I don't know why. I hate picking the Manders, but you know what? They competed against Denver. I think they've earned it, even if we're wrong. Feels a little bit like a trap game, honestly. I've talked myself into it. I'm going Vikings. I'm going 9. I'm picking 9. I'm taking 9. I'll tell you why. Because the average bettor just did exactly what I just did. Oh, the Commanders looked good. 1.5 points doesn't seem like a lot. 9 sucks. I'm going Commanders. That is called a trap line. This is a trap. It's a trap. I'm telling you. Vikings -1.5 may have just became my lock, honestly. We lost, but we're not lost anymore. Mariota on Sunday night. Yeah, we lost, but we're not lost to any more Mariota. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Rise up. Titans Browns should be flexed to prime time. He hasn't had a good season since 2020, whatever. Cowboys in the playoffs and he was on Green Bay. Are we talking about Mike McCarthy now? Oh, shoot. Wait, I missed something. Yeah, this is sad you did. I said 33.5 over. Yeah, no, seriously, what is that? Dolphins will win, but OT will be close, so I picked the Jets. Jets will unveil their rivalries this week. Oh, but their rivalries are so ugly. And the game's in MetLife, too. This is going to be the ugliest game of the season. Calling that now. Marcus said that to the media. Wait, so what did he... Wait, so he said, we lost, we are not lost anymore. Oh, we lost, but we're not... It took me so long to... We lost, but we are not lost anymore. Good one, Marcus. Write that down. Label your memoir. Commanders' defense looked better since they took a weight off defensive play calling. I think they'll win a few and ruin their tank. I think so. 33.5 smash the unders. 33.5 for points or punts. All right, Steven likes the over-under 33.5. We'll stick with it. Broncos Raiders 7.5. Woof. Jeez. I don't want to pick the Broncos. I don't want to pick the Broncos. I don't want to pick the Broncos. I can't pick the Raiders. I can't pick the Raiders, man. We're going with Denver. Jettas might legit start assaulting 9 if they don't win against Mariota. Yeah, that's what I mean. The pressure's on. The pressure's on. I hate this Denver game. 7.5 feels low, though. Might be a trap. Gonna pick it anyways. 8.5 in Arizona. Cardinals suck at home. That being said, Jacoby Brissett is letting them compete, so it's a little interesting. A little bit of juice to this one. Gonna go with the Rams with the points. Rams coming off a loss. LA to Arizona is not a far drive. LA's going to travel well. They've had a good year. Cardinals aren't great at home. I don't know. I think the Cardinals are getting a little puffed up too much. I don't know. Bears Packers waiting all day for 125. I am excited to watch this game, and I think the fact that the Packers are getting 6.5 points, little crazy. However, long week at home against a young quarterback. When you put all of it together, you got to roll with the pack. 6.5 feels like a lot, and I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong on this one. We're going Packers. I'm hungry. That garlic bread thing completely sideswiped my night. Texans, Chiefs. To hell with it. We're going Texans. Not even going to elaborate. Texans. I don't want to pick the Chiefs anymore. I don't want to see the Chiefs on prime time anymore. Patrick Mahomes has lost the sauce. If he can find it, cool. I think 3.5 is a good line. I think the Texans and Chiefs are about even. That being said, I think it's going to be Houston's night. And Philly MM5196 said, we should definitely bet on the Eagles. It's free money with the spread. Or no, we should bet on the Chargers. Free money with the spread. I'm going to go against his negative jinx. And I'm going to pick the Eagles. You guys know how I feel about the Chargers. Think they suck. There you go. Plain and simple. So, why are the Chiefs even favored? They are at home. So they're giving that 3-point boost. Home is 3 points. In case anyone didn't know that. I'm assuming a lot of you did. But, you know, home is 3 points. Jaden's probably going to play against Minnesota. He practiced in full. Even still. I'm sorry, Steven. But I got a feeling. This feels like a trap line. I got a feeling. You might be able to get better value, though. So maybe wait until the injury report gets a little more clear. But I like this value. No way I bet a game like that. Not even fun to watch if you have money on it. And you have two trash offenses playing together. Well, if you bet the under, that's the advantage. Broncos are winning 3-0. Yeah, no one wants to watch this game. Are you going to go to a World Cup game? I am not. I like soccer, but I haven't even been to an NFL game this season. I don't think a World Cup game is in the cards. That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't been to an NFL game this season. We've been streaming. Hell yeah, I'm not going to go to a damn Chargers game. I did go to Chargers Cowboys in preseason. That was sick. Two coolest fan bases ever. Where are the because of the Chiefs compare with my picks. Let's compare with Otis's picks. I got to scroll it now. All right. Let me see where we differ. You gotta save these for later next time, Otis, man. Eventually the chat does delete, but I just saw it. I think I got it. I'm gonna do one more scroll. Come on. There it is. All right. Got mine pulled up. All right. So here is the loadout. If you're wondering, we are getting Bucks with the spread -8.5. Which, yep, got Otis there. Seahawks -7. Bengals +5.5. Jags +1.5. Ravens -5.5. Dolphins -2.5. And I really like that. I really like that action. Titans +4.5. Don't like that at all. Vikings -1.5. Keep an eye out for JD5, but I like this value here. This feels like such a trap. Broncos -7.5. Who cares? Rams -8.5. Yes, please. Packers -6.5. I hope I'm wrong. Texans +3.5. I'm definitely right about that one. Eagles with the spread because the Chargers are not good. There you go. And just for the record, not saying you should. I do not condone abusive sports betting, but if you put $1 on this, it pays out $4 grand. Just saying. Ride with the Hunnaball. All right, let's see really quick. What did we... Jets. Jets was a big disagree there. Jets, Steelers. Boy, we went different for a couple of these. Jets, Steelers, Manders, Bengals, Raiders. No way. Go Raiders. Bears, huh? Wow. And Houston and Philly, we agreed. Wow. So a couple disagreements there, Otis. I'm a fan. I missed the chat, so let's see. 3 points at home should be... -2.5 Chiefs. They're clearly worse. That's fair. The line might move. 1 point. Very well could move. But yeah. So that is our picks. Just gonna do my screenshot now. Just to get this rolling. But here's the Cowboys Lions box score, in case anyone new joins and wants to think we're talking about this. But yeah, fellas. Good night of football, honestly. I mean, the game could have been better, but sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes that happens. Just trying to fill dead air while I get these screenshots. I'm not computer savvy, so I can't, you know. Oh yeah, and we got a couple teams on bye, by the way. We got the Giants on bye. We got the Patriots on bye. Panthers also on bye. Is there another team? I feel like there's another team. Those are the ones I can think of, though. ESPN, I don't know. So, yeah, and if you're wondering, Niners are also on bye. There you go. Panthers, Giants, Patriots, and Niners. All good teams, besides the Giants. Game wasn't too bad. It was competitive until the end. I enjoyed it. You know, honestly, I didn't love it, but after we've had this whole discussion and dialogue about it, I'm kind of buying in. Kind of buying in. All right. Niners on bye. Yep, there it is. Okay. Well, yeah, we did our picks. We did our, we did the tier list. Talked about the game. I wish I could do a Hinge update. I may or may not. I'm trying to get a date lined up for tomorrow, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen because someone didn't want to text me back. I'm not mad. Last bye week for any teams. That is true. They give the Giants the last bye week, and they've really been enjoying it. Really, really taking advantage of this week of rest, I bet. I'm sure the Giants are really happy. Good team. Week 14 bye is such BS. It's BS, but it does help the good teams. If you're the Panthers, Niners, Patriots especially, week 14 bye, that's huge. That's much needed. Get healthy, get back. Giants, on the other hand, didn't you go on a date Sunday? I did. It went well. Want to go on another one. And she has yet to text me back, and I can't ask her out for tomorrow if she doesn't respond to me today. Hurts. Yeah, man. You know what? Here's what I wanted to say. Has anybody seen this movie? I think it just came out, so it's very possible that no one has. Has anyone seen this movie, Hamnet? If anyone watches it, please let me know if this movie is worth. Obviously it just came out. I haven't seen it. I saw an ad for it on Thursday Night Football. Thought it was a little interesting. I'll say that. Commanders got a week 14 by three. I'm assuming you mean years in a row, which helped break up the annual streak of ending a 5-game losing streak. you take your wins when you can. When you're a fan of Manders FC. If anyone's seen this movie, let me know. Kind of looks whack, but it looked interesting. I've been binge watching Fast and Furious. Ooh, okay. Haven't seen them, but I will check them out. I will check out the Fast and Furious movies before I die. That I can guarantee. Cold game, by the way, for Bears Packers. 16 degrees. It is a cold winter. Wherever you're at, I hope you're staying warm because it has been a cold ass winter, man. I was talking about how cold it is in my apartment. It's actually heating up now because the fire from this stream is radiating. And also I put on a sweater, so that works. But yeah, so that's a secret. You ever get cold at night? Just hop on live. Start talking. I don't have a ton to say tonight, fellas. I don't know. I haven't seen Fast and Furious 80. Okay, now I feel a lot less bad about it. There are a lot of movies I haven't seen, though. A lot. Indiana Jones. Okay. Let me ask you guys this. If you've seen, and I'm not just trying to stretch time here, but this stream will probably end sometime soon, but I will say this. On this date, I told this girl that I have never seen Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, whatever you prefer. I've never seen it. I have seen the first one, but the context of the conversation felt like we were talking about the series as a whole. And to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention in the first one, so I don't really remember what happened in it. So I honestly, blind dart throw, I haven't seen Pirates. Is that fair? Is that fair to say? That if you've only seen one movie of a long series, you haven't seen the series? That's fair, right? I haven't seen the Pirates movies. Same thing with Harry Potter. I watched like Harry Potter 4 randomly a bunch of years ago because I was trying to pass a book quiz. I wouldn't say I've seen the Harry Potter movies or I've watched Harry Potter. I haven't. I wasn't watching it genuinely. Same thing with the Pirates movie. And I'll double down on this with Pirates specifically. I'd argue that riding the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland is more of an experience than watching the movies. Because the movies are based on the ride. Yo-ho, yo-ho, a pirate's life for me. American Dragon Son said, yeah, that's fair. I feel like I'm just throwing stuff at the wall right now. But yes. Yeah, fellas. Well, I'm glad American Dragon Son agrees with me. I'm happy about that. That's good. Yeah, man, I'll tell you, I got I gotta do more Hinge updates. I gotta get back on that app just for the material. I miss it. I do. I miss talking about pickup lines, but I'm catching feelings right now, so I'm kind of... This is so unintentional, I promise. Of weighing out two things, and I'm not moving my hands. Pickup lines in the game, genuine connection and feeling. Tale as old as time. Do you scroll Hinge for material? Or do you try and take a big swing? Here's what I'll talk about. Because I consider myself in a pretty, not committed thing, but because, you know, few dates with a girl, I don't want to lead anyone else on. I'm not, you know, a bad person. I'm actually a very, very good person. You can quote me on that. I'm a very good person. I had to break things off with one of the girls I've been on a few dates with. And I put it off. I wasn't looking forward to it. Here's what I learned. Just do it. If you're in a loveless relationship, just do it. This wasn't even a loveless relationship. This was just a failed talking stage. But in general, I know a lot of people that get stuck in these relationships and are too afraid to break it off. Just do it. It's not that hard. No one's going to die. I sent her a long text. Hey, it's been fun. It's been real. See ya. Do you still want the thing you left in my apartment? Done. Done. So I've watched all of them as a kid. I can't remember anything from them. Yeah. The Harry Potter movies are fun, but they make absolutely no sense. Okay. I'm assuming Stoner Cat's talking about the Harry Potter movies or the Pirates. None of that makes sense. No film franchise past 6 movies makes sense. Maybe Lord of the Rings. Haven't seen Lord of the Rings. Sounds good, though. But yeah, now I'm just throwing stuff at the wall. I don't want to dominate more of your guys' night. I always appreciate people who stop by. And, you know, it would feel disingenuous for me not to, you know, bring things to the table to discuss. Send her a formal email. Like on both pages, Steven. like on both channels. Drop a like if you haven't already. And yeah, I have been 5. Yeah, I mean, yeah, brother, just be honest. No need to be wasting each other's time if you ain't feeling it. Yes. That's what I mean. So, you know, macro lesson has been learned for me. Just break up with them. So, you know, just wanted to float that idea in the chat. But anyways, guys, it's been a nice hour and a half talking with you. It's always great doing these. We are in week 14. I will be damned if we don't continue this streaming after every primetime game streak. However, I feel like there's going to be less for me to say as the season distills a little bit more. There's going to be less teams to talk about. I don't have a hot take with the Commanders. I don't have a hot take with the Falcons. I don't have a hot take with the Saints or the Steelers or the Cardinals. It keeps going. So, as it stands, takes are disagreeing. Meep always enjoys the streams. I appreciate that, Meep. I appreciate you guys stopping by, chatting or not. It's always a blast getting to hang out and talk with you guys. And if the game is bad, stream happens, we can hang out and share ideas. Game's good, same thing. Winners win, and we stay undefeated around here. All right, can't end it any better than that. You guys have been sick. Have a kick-ass Friday. And always remember, Black Friday's a scam. Unless you're catching deals a week after, then maybe. Then maybe it's all good. But if you're trying to catch the... If you thought Black Friday was last week, don't binge purchase. I'm done giving commands. Do whatever the hell you want. Anyways, I've been Hunnaball. But let me say this. Always enjoy the talks, brother. Honestly, hope next time we can get some better games to talk about and some Hinge updates. Hopefully positive. Nothing wrong with ring us to talk about. Sometimes streams were only worth an hour. Yeah, that's what I mean. Nothing wrong with it. We'll be back. So I'll see you guys on Sunday. We'll be doing a morning stream. And there's no Giants game to watch. So let's go. That's another thing that's hurting my heart. If the Giants were good, man, I would be so back. I grab my keys if I'm going anywhere. Staying home. God, if the Giants were good. I'm getting off track. It's been real, guys. Have a kick-ass rest of your night. Kick-ass day tomorrow. And I will see you. And Saturday. Why not? I will see you on Sunday. Hunnaball. What?